Good evening and welcome. Welcome to my live stream. You have found me fighting CPS and stop taking our children. Our host is me, Bob Pace, and I'm so glad to have you tonight. And I'm here to help you about CPS. Now, what I call CPS is the Child Protection System. It's a government entity in every county, in every state in the country, and also worldwide. Yes, this is a worldwide live stream. I have 22 countries that have either texted in or phone called in about their CPS problem. I've had all 50 states, sometimes more than one person from the state, that have talked about their CPS case. And the countries are from like Indonesia, Bangladesh, and India, and the Middle East, and then several countries in Africa. The newest country, the Republic of Congo. Then I have Europe, then across the pond in North America, and then I have the United States, all 50 states. Then south, I have Mexico, and in the South America, Grenada, and then across the Pacific, I have New Zealand, and the land down there, Australia. So it's quite a diversified of people. Hey, we have somebody named We Need Pro Baseball. I think I know who you are. I probably forgot. I haven't seen you in a while, but welcome. You're part of the family. We Need Pro Baseball. Okay. I'm here to help you all about your CPS case. The Child Protection System is what I call it. It's a government entity that in 1962 was created by Congress, who informed social service that they will create this entity with social workers and that they will protect our children from neglect and abuse. Now, there are two types of reports that come into CPS. There's the mandated reporters, who are people that work with children, and they're required by law. They're a doctor or a school teacher or a nurse or a policeman or fireman. They see suspected abuse, they're supposed to report it. They've also taken classes, they know how to do it. The other kind of reporter is the layperson. And the layperson is supposed to report suspected, but the problem being is lay people are not as good as the professional mandated reporters. About 50% of the time that they're wrong. Professional people, the mandated reporters, are 75% that they're right, or 25% they're wrong. Anyway, once it's reported, it goes to investigation. The problem is the CPS right away says you're guilty. It's the only court of law where you're guilty until you're proven innocent. And they'll do their best to con you into taking your children, to say things are not true, to make you feel really terrible. And they prey on people. There's like over 1,500 people I've spoken to. And this has been on the last 18 months. I started in October of 1983. And one thing everybody seems to have in common is a problem with CPS because they lack the money to hire an attorney. They're low income. Nothing wrong with people being low income, but a lot of people cannot afford a $500 an hour attorney. That's what it takes in CPS. Now, I work for an attorney. His name is Vincent W. Davis. He's the one that created this live stream. He's $500 an hour, and for LA County in California, his retainer is $5,000. It'll all vary. Like the other day, he quoted a retainer in Georgia for $125,000. There's different prices and so forth. But I know it's worth every dime of it because you're with an agency that's very corrupt. They're not transparent. They are retaliating. They lie. They lift you up and throw you down. And they're terrible to people. They're inhuman to people. Not all CPS is bad, but a lot of them are. All you have to do is look at the Pink Ladies of Prescott, Arizona. 8 social workers that bought pink t-shirts. And on the front, they had a message, professional child kidnappers. They think that's funny. On the back, they put, parents, you know where your children are. Anyway, they went and paraded around to Costco and Kmart and Walmart and Sears and Penny and May Company and Best Buys. They paraded around Sears, all the big department stores. It really made parents feel bad. Of course, they were caught and they were fired along with the director. But that does not stop the image. That's how a lot of social workers feel about parents and their children. They've found out that money is more important than family reunification or getting the family back together. That's what should be done, is family reunification. If a parent has a hiccup, it can be corrected. There are parenting classes and programs they can attend. In fact, the best parents are the biological parents raising children. They are the best parents. Anyway, I'm here tonight as I am day and night, day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. I've not missed a show yet. I've done over 6,000 live streams. They're all recorded, and they're all there to help you. Now, I want to welcome Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. And what part of the world are you from? Also, we need more new pro baseball. Where are you from, new pro baseball? If you guys can tell me, in fact, I need to put that up. One of my ways of getting, messages in here is to text me a message. It can either be a comment or a question. It should pertain to CPS. Please state your first name, your city or county, and your state and country. Yes, I mean country. There's lots of countries. As I say, I got 22 countries that have called in. Also, please tell me about your CPS case from beginning to where you left off at. Now, another way that you can interact with this live stream is you can be a guest on my live stream. All you have to do is email our show producer, Grace at VincentWDavis.com, with the day and the time you want to be on our show. And she'll take care of the rest. She'll give the link to get on StreamYard, which is a software application I use on YouTube. Now, I'm on Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and on the weekends at 8 a.m., Saturday and Sunday. At night, I'm on at 7 p.m. every night of the week. That's 7 days a week. The live streams are 1 hour, and the time zone is the California time zone, which is the Pacific Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, I'm 3 hours behind you. You're 3 hours ahead of me. Europe is 9 hours ahead of me. England is 8. And South Africa, I get all confused. And I know that Australia and the Philippines are 19 hours ahead of me. So anyway, those are the show times. All you have to do is pick one of them. I want to be Bob's Saturday morning show. I want to be Bob's Wednesday night show or Bob's Tuesday morning show. Just pick it and she'll put you on. You get the link and then you're on and you're all set to go. If you end up getting knocked off, use the link again because it's good for that show. It's good for that show. She'll tell you what you can do and not do, such as no smoking or eating on the show, and no names are given out there. Now, the third thing is that you can call in. That's right. My phone number is live. You can call Bob at 626-698-0990. And my phone will ring and we can talk. Through Friday. The calls I make are people interested in hiring Mr. Davis. I help with acquiring his services and answer any questions you might have. because it's very important that you have an attorney, and I don't mean a court appointed attorney or a public defender. In CPS cases, they're worthless because they don't know the system like a real, true juvenile lawyer, family lawyer, or dependency law lawyer. They don't know the truth. So you need the real attorney. If you get a court appointed, they're going to have a caseload of 30 more clients. They won't have time for your case. They're not going to actually fight for your case because they got to move on to other cases. So that's the disadvantage of having a court appointed attorney. They're not even qualified. They have no background in juvenile or family law or dependency law. They're criminal attorneys. But if you have one and you're forced to use one, make sure they work for you. You want to kick them in the butt and tell them that you work for me. I expect you to get my children back. And if they can't, then go to the public defender's office. I say, I need another one. I need someone who's going to fight for me. Hi, JD from Los Angeles. Glad to see you, JD. I need to play catch up because you guys have been talking a mile a minute. We need to play pro baseball is Iowa. Okay, great. I'll try to remember that. I'm going to call you we because it's easier just to say we. Now, Jennifer is from Lodi, California. Boy, that's out in the Tulies. You're on Route 1 in the middle of nowhere. No, you're not. You're 101. That's right. You're between Santa Barbara and the 5 freeway. Lodi is a pretty place. I think that's where Lodi is. Your daughter was wrongly convicted of causing multiple rib fractures in different stages of healing that were completely asymptomatic after taking her infant to the ER for coughing. I need that a little bit more explained, Jennifer, but okay, Lodi, California. And JD is from LA. And you have something for me. Wow, what do you have for me, JD? Google CPS Wikipedia. Well, I've seen that. Okay, I'll go there. Well, Wikipedia, what am I going to see there? The history, laws, and standards. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Let me put that back up and see what JD's trying to show me. What are you trying to show me, JD? I see it, but I still don't know what you're talking about. Let me scroll down further, JD. Then scroll to section notable lawsuits halfway down the page. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to look at notable lawsuits. Notable lawsuits. Huh. Let me put the word in notable lawsuits. I'm looking for it. I still don't see it. There's a picture of Vincent Davis, how to sue Child Protection Services, 15 states. That looks good. Major lawsuit takes racket in California. What's that one about? Remove a racket in California. Major lawsuit. Child Protection Services is facing a First Amendment challenge to court that could forever change the laws that allow CPS to seize children from their biological parents. Andretti Wood and a minor child have filed a civil rights and conspiracy to violate civil rights lawsuit against Contra Costa County and the California Department, among others. The case is being heard in the United States District Court, Northern District of California, San Francisco Division. Wood's children were seized following an anonymous call from a vengeful neighbor regarding Wood's house being trashed. A fake tip that sparked a nightmare for Wood, who eventually got her teenage son back, but her daughters were placed in the care of the very neighbor who called it a fake complaint. Wow. Well, I got to read that more. I don't want to take time in there. I don't know if that's what you're trying to show me, JD, or not. Now, Jennifer says that was 7 years ago, and since then, it's been discovered this is a condition linked to preternaturally called metabolic bone disease of premature. Yes, that's rickets. I had a woman. Her name is NYP, and she's from California City, California. Her child was born with a bone disease. And what happened, well, this is what the thing is. I have it saved in my phone here, so let me pull that up there, Jennifer. Let me pull that up. Okay. There's a common thing when children are born early can have a genetic test on soft connection bone and joint disorder. Connecting bone doctor check for rickets and check for osteogenesis seca, which is OGI. Also check for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Parents accused of these disorders. Ding Tong is forensic child abuse investigator. What happened is the parents are being accused of causing broken bones in their child. It wasn't the child at all. They had this disease. It's like it makes their bones really soft. So they're accused of doing something there. So I'm familiar with that, Jennifer. It's been proven by medical science, or recently it was conspiracy back then. Okay. JD's then scroll to the section notable lawsuits halfway down the page B. I'll have to look at that more time there. I don't want to be taken away from my show, JD. Honora Targan, not sure if you guys are aware of this, but many children in the foster care system who are born to American parents are being adopted out by CPS to people who are here in the U.S. illegally. 6 of my 7 children who were taken were adopted out to the aunt who is here illegally. She receives the money from the government and over $3,000 a month in checks plus food stamps for my children who are American citizens. I'm American, my children are American. Their aunt is from Honduras and here illegally. Wow, that's terrible, Aurora. And where are you from, by the way? Where's your case located? JD, that's great. There's a lot there I'll have to read and digest there, but thank you so much. Jennifer, CPS took her baby from her last year at birth. We hired an attorney and he didn't end up showing up to court. What do we do? Well, if you hired the attorney, you have a lawsuit against him. That sounds like a public defender or a court appointed attorney. But if you hired an attorney, you better have a written contract and you can sue that person for negligence, report him to the state bar. And I'm trying to figure, where are you from, Jennifer, by the way? I don't know where you're from. Are you from California, Jennifer? That's terrible, Aurora. I don't know where you're from, but that's great. Um, okay, I like you to try it together now. Try what together? JD, what do you want me to try? Jennifer, we had to use a court appointed attorney, blew our trial. Well, you had to use them, but you're going to go nowhere. Their caseload is 30 more clients, and they're friends of CPS. They're hired by CPS. They're not even trained in juvenile law, family law, or dependency law. They won't fight for your case. They're just too overwhelmed. Now, JD says everyone should try it. Google CPS Wikipedia, scroll halfway down the page to notable lawsuits. Okay, halfway down to notable lawsuits. Notable lawsuits. I did that. This is where you can get relief. Okay. And then Aurora says, I was a victim of domestic violence, and that's what they used against me to remove my children and terminate my rights, even though they forced me to stay with my abusive ex husband in order to keep my children. Now they've adopted my children, and to his illegal sister, even though he was arrested and deported back to Honduras. He has come back illegally, and it is in contact with my children against his sister. Wow. Jennifer, Lodi is near Stockton and Sacramento. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry, it is. Lodi is up there east of Pittsburgh on the way to Sacramento. It's near Stockton and Sacramento, Lodi. Yes, I have some cousins in Lodi. That's what rang a bell there. JD says it's another Constitution issue. It's further down. Keep going. Margaret King, everyone's child that was taken without a warrant needs to stand together and file kidnap charges against the perpetrator. That's my opinion. I agree. Keep going to the section, notable lawsuits. Bob, focus. Focus, Bob, focus. I'm trying. I am reading too much and doing too many things. They took the baby again 10 days ago. We are appearing the judge's decision, exploring that the attorney who has paid 22,000 didn't show up. 22,000 didn't show up. Now, 1 minute here. I have to temporarily excuse myself from the show. I will be right back. Give me 2 minutes here. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry I had to take a time out. Now, JD is telling me to look at the CPS Wikipedia and look at notable lawsuits. And Aurora lives in Florida in Lee County. All right. Now I know who Laura is, and she has her children with illegal people. Now, JC says, Bob, look at it now for a second. Just follow the directions, Bob. Don't sway from tasks. Get distracted. I know you see the section. Well, here. Okay. Notable lawsuits. All right, I'm at the Wikipedia page. I see nothing that says notable lawsuits. It talks about the Turpin case. Where is the one about? Oh, see all on. I don't want to see all on there. I want to see the Child Protection Services Wikipedia. Okay, there we go. Laws and standard. Here's the history. I've looked at that before. Here it is in Canada, Costa Rica, Brazil, Canada, United Kingdom. Effects of maltreatment, standards for reporting, child protection statistics. I'm looking, JD, maltreatment, child protection statistics, criticism, Texas, the raid at the ranch, problem reports, disparity, constitution issues, notable lawsuits. There it is. Wow, it's not in the middle, it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom. In 2010, an ex-foster child was awarded $30 million for a jury trial in Santa Clara, California, for sexual abuse damages happened to him in foster home from 1985 from 1995 to 1999. He was represented by attorney Stephen John Este. The foster parent, John Jackson, was licensed by the state despite the fact his abuse his own wife and son, overdosed on drugs, and was arrested for drunken driving. In 2006, Jackson was convicted. 9 counts of lewd or atrocious acts on a child by force, violence, duress, menace, and fear, and so forth. The sex acts is, wow, that's that no lawsuit. I guess I'm still trying to understand what this has connection with our show or with you or Mr. Davis. There's lots of cases in here, and it'll take me an hour to read this. I'm a slow reader. In 2018, Raphael David obtained a jury verdict against Los Angeles County, 2 of its social workers, for unwanted seizure of her child. The Board of Supervisors approved $6 million payout to Duvall, who said that her 15-month-old baby was seized by social workers against her rights. Her son Ryan was taken November 3rd. Wow, that is okay. That's LA County. I see that one. Illinois and so forth. Again, I don't know what I'm supposed to look for, JD, but I did look at it very intensely. I did look at it. Now, Bob, look at it now for a second. Just follow the directions. Don't, I did not. Jennifer, just call Vince. I'm trying to show you, Bob, how to get relief. Okay, yes, I can see that. You can mimic what they're suing on. No, you didn't do that. Bob, you didn't stop and begin something else. You didn't even scroll to know. I did scroll to notable lawsuits. If you lose, if you have read the first line, you would get it. Yes, Jennifer Lodi. She's in Northern California. Thank you, JD. I look it up, and there's loads of information. I agree. I agree. Bob, focus now. Go to the site and scroll to the section notable lawsuit I have. Jennifer, they refuse to present evidence. Jennifer says, that's why we had hired an attorney who promised to get her kids back, no problem, and get these charges dropped. You want to know who that attorney was? Mr. Davis, Vince Davis. Wait a minute. Jennifer says from Florida, that is why we hired an attorney who promised to get her kids back, no problem, and get those charges dropped. You want to know who that attorney was? Mr. Vince Davis. I hope that helps, Bob. Is too scattered to focus. I'm going to Mrs. Remedy. Jennifer is the same way. She hasn't read that position either. She's too busy waiting her daughter. Okay. How come no one wants to tell people to file grievance with CPS right away to keep it out of the courts when she goes to courts? Margaret King, even though I don't agree with Wikipedia on the reliability of information they provide, there's a lot of information, though, about CPS. I agree. It is bold, yes. Jennifer, and then he had the audacity to tell me if I owe him more, he's going to sue me. Thanks, Mr. Davis. You're a lot of help to my family. I hope you're rich. Well, that doesn't sound positive about Mr. Davis. So you said that Mr. Davis did you wrong. I'm sorry to hear that, Jennifer. I'd like to know more details about that because I never heard of anything Mr. Davis has done wrong. We're not here to badmouth anybody here. I need more information, Jennifer. I can't comprehensive for my loss of my daughter. First of all, it cost me $150,000 to retain attorney to fight the lawsuit against my social worker who committed perjury. But what she did is that she told my daughter what to do, and she did it. She emancipated from her parents. By law, it's legal at 12 state of California. There's nothing you can do about that. She changed her name. She sealed her birth certificate. I don't know how I could prove the social worker said that to her. All I know is she said to both of us, "You're never going to see your daughter again." And it's true. She kept her promise about that. But I didn't have the kind of money it would take to sue a civil lawsuit against Orange County Child Protection Services or the social worker who was in her young 20s who didn't even have a high school education. Um, yeah, you can file yourself. You're right. Right now, I'm trying to get paid. I've worked this last month. I'm owed over $2,000, and I just got 500 towards that. So right now, I'm not a happy camper. Anyway, we're here to talk positive. I want to talk about positive. And CPS is bad enough as it is. They're sickening. They are bad. They're corrupt. No matter if you're in Africa or in the United States, they are corrupt. It's worldwide epidemic out there. I know what you're trying to say, JD, and I appreciate your support. And Jennifer, I'd like you to tell me more about the promises that Mr. Davis made that he let you down. He let you down. Now, no attorney ever promises or guarantees a result. It's against the law. If you Google it, it's against the law. You cannot expect an attorney to make promises and keep them. I did not expect Mr. Davis to make a promise to sue CPS. Now, when my social worker lied and committed perjury, we thought we had her. But she did something unthinkable. And for us to convince her, my daughter would have to say that is true, that the social worker told her. But my daughter does not talk to us parents. She's 22 now, and she wants to forget about the nightmare of CPS. It's sad out there. Sometimes you have to move on. Sometimes you have to move on. So, Jennifer, you say, how come no one wants to tell people uh, to file a grievance with CPS right away to keep it out of the court once it goes to the court? I don't know what you mean by that, Jennifer. I'd like more of an explanation there. Margaret says, even though I don't agree with Wikipedia, okay, yeah, it's in bold. I know that. Jennifer further says, and then he had the audacity to tell me I owed him more or he was going to sue me. No, I've not sued CPS because I'm not a lawyer. And I know that if I try to sue them, they have their high power lawyers. They'd ruin my life. My life is already removed, been terrible. I lost my house because of CPS. I lost my daughter because of CPS. My family's been broken over CPS. I'm at a very low income right now, and I'm not because of CPS. They've caused me so much problems. They've caused me so much problems. Yeah, I saw the 30 million to 6 million. There was an $8 million lawsuit the other day against LA County, but it's lawyers that do that. How can we get our money back? Well, you have to sue people to get money back. You have to sue there. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you very much. Yep, and then sue. Have you ever sued them, JD? Have you ever sued CPS? I'm telling you, LA County, Orange County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, those 4 counties are the hardest ones, and they have a wealth of attorneys, high-level attorneys. But thank you, JD, for providing me ideas and help and support. Okay, you're not involved with CPS. Okay. Well, if you ever were, JD, I thought you once had a case, but maybe you didn't. I agree, Jennifer. I don't have money either. I had a $2 million home. I had to quick sell it. And by the time I paid off my first and second, I had enough money to give Mr. Davis to get my 2 boys back and try to get my daughter back. That home took 45 years to get. And now I live in a small apartment that's overpriced. And I live with my 2 boys and my wife. And we're barely hanging on as a family. CPS is awful. It's mind boggling. It really, Felicia, who's cruel, comes in here from Ventura, has all kinds of mental problems about CPS. A lot of you do. It really traumatically affects you. It affects you because you fight so much and they just turn the other side. They're so corrupt. They get away with something really, really, really bad. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to be a downer, JD. I appreciate you bringing that. Jennifer from Florida. Thank you, JD from Los Angeles, California. Margaret from Merced, California. I want to thank all of you that are talking and trying to help me with this room and help other people in here. But the main thing is I try to do is tell you things that I wish I'd done when I had my case. First of all, I did not know. Wait a minute. Aurora is from Florida. I got confused. Jennifer is from Lodi, California. Are you from Lodi? Yes. Jennifer is from Lodi, California. Oh boy. Now, Jennifer, did you get back your children? What was your CPS case about, Jennifer? Can you help share that with us? What was it about? Yep. Well, I thought he was. Did. He said we had a perfect case and I was going to be a millionaire. I don't want to be a millionaire. Money is the root to all evil. I just want to be comfortable in a home Comfortable that I can feed my family and put clothing on them. Comfortable so I can buy cough medicine for my wife or pay for the doctor bills or something. That's all I ask for. I'm not asking for jewelry or cars or jet planes or travels around the world. I'm asking for the bare essentials. Now, for this past month, I had a Bangladesh job and I worked hard. I worked 34 hours a week for 4 weeks, and I'm asked over $2,000 is owed to me, and all I got was 500. How am I going to buy food with 500, or pay my rent, or the electricity, or the gas bill, the natural gas bill, or even to buy gasoline for the car, or the car repair, or get a new computer because my computer in 7 years is finally taking the dust. I'm using my son's computer. Life sometimes is not fair. And I'm sorry, Jennifer from Lodi, if that's what happened. I really am. I don't know all the details of your case. I do not know. Vincent gives a lot of his time. He gives a lot of his time. It isn't about money. It is not about money with Vincent. Otherwise, his lifestyle would show it. I don't know if any of this room know that, but he lost his son early on in his son's life. That really hurt Vincent. He also was a foster child himself. He lost his mother early on. He had a rough upbringing, too. Now, I don't know all the details, so I'm not here to take sides or say who's bad or not here. I'm here. If you want to talk about something, a CPS case, you want help, I will tell you. My 5 rules are really simple. Hire a real attorney, not a court appointed or public defender. Document everything. Record it, audio. Meet at public places like the library or Starbucks or McDonald's where you can do such a thing like that. Track incidents. Do not talk to social workers. Don't let them in your home and don't give them up your child. Watch it with the medical trafficking or having a baby. Social workers that got so bad they come to the hospital and take children. Research the internet wisely. Have the right order of words when you're searching. Make copies of all your documents, marriage certificates, births, report cards, shot records, all that stuff that you'll need because you need to present it to the child protection system. You don't know if the child protection system is good or bad until you're involved. And boy, are they bad at times. There's horrific stories I've heard and seen. Yes, JD, what is the new business? It is hard. It's hard. Rent's due tomorrow. I'm desperate. I am really desperate. It's like I live from day to day paying bills. It's so hard. It really is hard. CPS and the people around CPS have really hurt me. You know, it's hard when you believe in your government, you believe in the police, and then by misfortune, you get the wrong police, you get the wrong government. The child protection system in my case was awful, from the director all the way down to the social worker. Numerous emails I wrote to the director, nothing. I had numerous meetings with them, nothing. You just got to be careful. Don't talk to social workers. Don't talk to policemen. Do not let them in your home. Do not give them up your children. The only reason they're supposed to take your children is if they're in danger. But having a child in school is not in danger. Jennifer, I don't even uh, have the money to hire real help now. I know. I don't either. I don't even have the money to feed my family. And that is sad. I'm 75 years old. I've been taking care of my family. I had a beautiful home, a beautiful job. And misfortune, I lost my job. And the way I lost my job was ridiculous. I had a government, the state of California, that was going bankrupt like the city of Detroit was in 2010. Look it up. And I had $63 million worth of contract work with the state, roads and highways. And they wrote me IOUs on my contracts, meaning that with public funds, they would pay me the money to start the job, but I couldn't wait it out. My owner couldn't wait it out. People had to be paid. Promises don't get you, what you have. So I closed my door on general contracting and I tried to get work. And at age 60, it was hard. You think at 75 it's hard? Yes, it is. But I'm determined to find work again. I'm determined to rise from all this and move forward and make sure my family is secured and safe. "75 years is a long time to be on this planet. And what I've done these last 18 months of hopefully have helped people that have had CPS cases to do something better, to get their children back. And people have called and come in here and said, Bob, without your help or with your help, I got our child back. I've heard so many success stories. So I know when I talk about what they do is wrong, everything, I will help them. And Jennifer, I'm so sorry what happened up in Lodi. So in my case, I got my two boys back, but they're messed up. They're taught when they're in CPS's hands to hold their hands aside, not hug their parents when they come to visit, not to show love or affection. That is wrong. That's alienation. CPS does alienation so bad. And I know you're feeling, Jennifer. I know you're feeling. And it is discouraging. I understand, Jennifer. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Hey, JD, we cannot knock someone that's not there. That's not fair. Okay? We're not here. We're talking about CPS. We're not here to talk about bad about attorneys. Margaret is hired Vincent, and Vincent is helping Margaret. Yes, Margaret, I agree. They have to go through a lot to go through the hire there. I agree, Margaret. We have to. We have to pray for our attorneys. Deidre Payne, so glad to hear you. JD, why are you here on Vincent's platform if your if your tryouts seem to discourage him by him? Yes, I agree. You know, we're here and Vincent has created this show. Vincent, for 39 years, has fought CPS. He's won numerous cases, and, you know, he's not perfect, but I know that he's a fighter and has got cases back. No, the reason why my daughter came back wasn't because of Vince. The reason why my daughter is not back is that the social worker is so corrupt that she informed my daughter, which we don't have proof of, to emancipate from her parents, to divorce her parents, to change her name, to seal her birth certificate, to get a new birth certificate, a new social security card, and get adopted by foster care. That's what happened. That wasn't the fault of Mr. Davis. Anyway, she's 22, and if she wanted to come back, she would. Yes, that's true. She did chose it. She was only 12 years old, and I don't think a child knows what they're doing at 12. But she wanted a rich family, and she found one in the foster care people. The daughter went to go live with the foster parent. She's now 22. My boys still see her because I encourage that, but she has a different name and she doesn't want anything to do with her parents. JD, we're going to have to. Oh, geez, I have to. I have to. I'm sorry about your son, Jennifer. I'm sorry you lost your son at 23. That is terrible. Now, it's come to the end of my show. I'm going to have to um, go close my show down. I want to thank you all for participating. Jennifer from Lodi, Deidre Payne from Orange County, California, JD, we have difference of opinion from LA, California. Um, let's see here. We have Aurora from Florida. Yeah, I'm here, Deidre. I'm here. I was just trying to clean up this live stream here a little bit because we had somebody that wanted to really do more harm than good here. We're not the bad mouth people here. We're supposed to be nice to people and respect other people. They may be different ideas and so forth. And I'm more tolerant of other people too. So, Also, I want to thank, we need a Power Baseball from Iowa. Thank you for being in my room here. Who else do we have here? Um, so thank you all. Hi, Jesse, Monterey County, and Colleen Cook from North Carolina. Thank you all. I'll be on again tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. God bless you all. And this is Bob Pace signing off.